Chechnya. Chechnya is an excerpt from the novel A Constellation of Vital Phenomena by Anthony Marra. It was published on May 7, 2013, by Random House. Its genre is a historical fiction war story. The bestseller book in New York Times, this novel talks about the transcendent power of love during the war. Anthony Marra is the New York Times best-selling author of The Tsar of Love and Techno and A Constellation of Vital Phenomena, winner of the National Book Critics Circle's John Leonard Prize and the Anisfield Wolf Book Award, and longlisted for the National Book Award. Elements of the work. The setting of the place is Chechnya, a world of violence, chaos, fear, and thousand landmines. The setting time is during the Second Chechen War, started in 1999. Summary. This is an excerpt from the novel A Constellation of Vital Phenomena that tackles humanity at peak of the war. Chechnya is a story about a doctor named Sonia who is too busy working at the hospital and bereavement due to the death of her sister. One day a man, Ahmed, came to her and asked to take care of a child. She refused at first, but since they had an agreement that if Ahmed will work at the hospital for some time, she will look after the child. Hava. The rebels took her parents and were about to take her, so Ahmed rescued her, but Sonia remembered the time that she was with her sister after Natasha came from Italy. It looks like she had a terrible experience, so Sonia took good care of her. Ahmed started working at the hospital. He noticed that there are no supplies or personnel, and the place was filthy. He realized that The characters Sonia, a Russian who works as a doctor at the hospital in Chechnya. She is competent and one of the few surgeons in the hospital who take care of plenty of patients due to the war. She has a sister that passed away recently, and she never found out what happened to her. Sonia was asked to take care of Hava since she lost both of her parents. The characters Natasha, sister of Sonia, shot by a soldier and caused her death. She's the opposite of her sister. While Sonia pursued her dream and became a doctor, Natasha stayed in Chechnya until the war began. Natasha experienced a misfortune. She reunites with Sonia for some time. Sonia looked after her and raised her until she escaped. Then they didn't see each other until Natasha got killed. The characters Hava, a young girl who lost both of her parents, daughter of Ahmed's friend, Daka, who was taken by rebels. She was rescued by Ahmed as the rebels were about to take her. Sonia agreed to take care of her in exchange for Ahmed's service. The characters Ahmed. He's a friend of Daka, the one who saved Hava from rebels. He was a medical student and was about to be a doctor before the war. He's helping at the hospital where Sonia is staying. He'll serve there in the meantime in exchange for taking care of Hava. Theme. The excerpt Chechnya has a theme that revolves around the struggles during wartime, humanity, and unconditional love. Anthony Marra wants to tell us to be grateful and have contentment with our lives. The Chechnya story shares faith and hope. Through that, we should realize the importance of making decisions not just for ourselves but also for the betterment of others. The character of the story implies what we want, which is to live in peace and to provide for our loved ones. The story stated that they are coming into the world and they are leaving the world, and it's happening here. The statement implies that people live and people died. Point of view. In this story, we can say that the narrator is narrating the story, which is addressing the character by their names, places, and what is happening in the story refers to the omniscient third person, since the narrator can tell the thought and feelings of the characters in the excerpt. Conflict. The war between the Russian Federation and Chechen Republic. The story involves a young woman, Dr. Sonia, who is requested to take care of a war orphan when she was not capable of looking after her patient's sister and herself. There are so many patients arriving at the hospital every day and they lack doctors and nurses. There are no longer available supplies to use for the patient. Sonia's sister, Natasha, went missing again. She has no idea that her sister was dead. It is also about different kinds of fatalities that rose during the war. Message and life lesson. We still need to give a helping hand to others, though we are needing help too. Despite hardships and suffering, everyone deserves someone who can take care and protect them, because a simple act of kindness can change someone's life. We must learn from experience. We should use it to be a better person. Let's not make a room for war, as it would affect all living creatures at any aspect of their life. Let's make everyone feel that they deserve to be treated well. Be kind and don't be mean to people who need our help. Let's give the help they ask for and don't be stingy for simple thing. Reference credit 2. Discussion of the works organization. According to my research, in order to discuss the works organization, you need to act in accordance with the following patterns: the description, sequence, cause and effect, compare and contrast, along with problem and solution. Description. Chechnya is a story written by a famous American fiction author, Anthony Mara, and was published on May 7, 2013. The genre of the story is a historical fiction war that discusses the transcendent power of love during the war. Apart from that, Chechnya is a story of a young woman doctor named Sonia who was asked to take care of an orphan who comes from the war, but she refused it for the reason that she can barely take care of herself. But then she still accepts the favor of Ahmed, since they have an agreement, as well as she also noticed that the hospital needs help. Sequence. After Sonia's sister died, she can barely take care of herself, including her patients, because of the trauma she have and bereavement due to the death of her sister. Therefore, Ahmed asked her a favor to look after Hava. At first she refused it, but she realizes that Hava had a terrible experience, so for a while she still takes good care of her. Cause and effect. Cause: Sonia barely takes care of herself because of bereavement due to the death of her sister named Natasha. Effect: that's why when Ahmed requests a favor from her to take good care of Hava, at first she refused it because she worries that she cannot take care of her. However, she realizes that Hava had a terrible experience from the war, so she still accepted it right after.
Problem and solution.
The main problem in this story is about Hava, the orphan and the daughter of Ahmed's friend who lost both of her parents during the war, and Sonia's problem for not being able to take care of herself. Both of these problems can be solved starting by Sonia's accepting the favor of Ahmed to take good care of Hava. She can find her lost happiness again.
The end.